South China Sea. You also have it in the famous Suez Canal. Yeah. So have a look at that one too. What are the Houthis doing to disrupt shipping? It will pick it up. What are the Houthis and why is US targeting them? So I need you to find. So create a whole section of your report covering the geopolitical. That will give you enough to write anyway. Then talk about the problem of energy, sustainability, water use, poverty in the world. But the global supply chain issue is a very it's a very big issue. I mean, where is most of Europe getting its gas from? Where is Europe getting its gas from? Do you not know?
No.
Where is Europe? Russia.
Russia.
And Russia is at war, and at the same time, Europe is now building an army to fight Russia while they're buying gas from them. I mean, think about it.
Yes, yeah. Russia. Confusion.
It's like you are the one that feeds me, and I come and tell you every day I'm building up weapons to come and kill you. Okay? And yet you are the one feeding me. Okay? So a time is coming, the guy will say, you know what? Okay, I'm not going to feed you anymore. I'm going to turn off the tap. And the United States is saying to Russia, to Europe, you know, people laugh at Donald Trump, but you know that Donald Trump was right. I could show you a video when Donald Trump went to a meeting with the EU and warned Germany that you're too dependent on Russia for your energy. One day you will regret it. Do you know that people were laughing and they zoomed the camera on the faces of some of these international delegates who thought Donald Trump was an idiot? So they were laughing at it and listening to that idiot. You should go to YouTube and watch that video.
Oh, he is.
And they said, and then they said, who is laughing now? So who is laughing? The EU is not laughing. Germany's economy is tanking as we speak.
Yeah.
Most of the European economies are in trouble. And because of their stupid hatred of Donald Trump, they didn't listen to him, and now they're paying the price. Donald Trump said, America, we can supply you all the gas you need. Stop feeding Russia. So Russia was buying billions and billions and billions of dollars, and they were using the money to build arms. And when they felt strong enough, they invaded Ukraine, and we are where we are now. Should they have listened to Donald Trump? Of course they should have listened to Donald Trump. So I follow some of these geopolitical things because it's very interesting to me in terms of supply chain. I mean, I used to buy my solar panels from Germany. Now I buy all my solar panels from China. So all that money that should have gone to German companies are not going to Chinese companies. China is getting rich at the expense of everybody on the face of this planet. China is getting rich at the expense of Africa. Because China goes to Africa and they say, Africa, what do you want? And Africa says, we want railways. China says, don't worry.
I did it.
How many miles of railway do you want? 200 miles, no problem, we'll build it. But for the next 50 years, all the gold that you mine is ours, all the diamond you mine is ours, all the bauxite you want, all the steel you don't pay us any money. We don't need dollars. We've got $2 million. China is now the cash richest country on the planet. They have a cash surplus. Because everybody is buying everything from them. Okay. So then China goes to Africa, and now China owns most of Africa. They have mortgaged Africa to China. Okay. So these are the geopolitical things I want you to know. I'm going to ask Google a cheeky question. Let's see what it's going to answer. Have the leaders of Africa mortgaged the continent to China? What is question? So, China summit, why the continent has more options? As China, Africa move each other, who gains more? Why China is seeking greater presence in Africa? China doesn't have to go anywhere to look for coal, to look for rare metals, to look for oil, to look for steel, to look for... Africa has everything. But China is very smart. China will not give Africa any loans. Say, don't worry, we don't want you to get you into debt. All we want you to do is we build all your roads for you, we build all your railways for you, we build your power supply for you, we even build nuclear power for you. As long as we have all your coal, your oil, your steel, your aluminum,
Diamonds.
and diamonds. So this is just a little brief geopolitical story that I have to tell you. What is happening in South America? Okay, that's the last story I'm going to tell you.
Peru.
Geopolitics.
China opened now the more bigger port in the Pacific in Peru.
Yes, but Trump has stepped in. Who knows what happened to the Panama?
This is another thing. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
All right. So what is happening to the Panama Canal?
The Nigerian bought it with black.
The what?
The
What?
Nigerian bought it with black. What's that company?
BlackRock.
BlackRock. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, BlackRock is everywhere. BlackRock owns all the banks in this world. Between BlackRock and another guy called George Soros, they own all the money in the world.
That man is going to die.
He's refusing to die. It's very good. Okay, so who knows what is happening in the Panama Canal? Why the Panama Canal? I'm talking about global supply chain disruption and risk. That is one of the most important things I want you to address in the second question.
Yes.
What's happening to the Panama Canal?
Okay, so the Panama Canal was it's in Panama, but was created by the Americans, because they all share that little waterway, and the Americans spent so much money, pumped so much money into it. Eventually, the president Jimmy Carter sold it for £1 to Panama, and they left it like that. Then Panama made so much money. Each time a US fleet passes through, they have to charge. They charge people. It's like a toll gate,
Yes.
but they charge US more than any other country. And Donald Trump looked at it and said, "Why are we wasting money?" And then when they investigated, they realized that it's not Panama that is running the canal; it is actually China. Yes, so Donald Trump now said he's going to take it back. And how is he going to do it? He said, we gave it to you for £1, and now we want it back so we can fix it and run it ourselves. That's the argument there.
Well, but it goes further. The name of the canal now is what?
Hi, man. How are you? Good.
America.
Sit close to you, man. Very good.
Donald Trump has changed the name from the Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of
Gulf
America.
of Mexico is now the Gulf of America.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, thank you so much. You're a genius.
Anyway, it's just a name. Then what does it change?
The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. This is the most important supply chain channel because it's a shortcut. Otherwise, you have to go around the Pacific Ocean. Otherwise, look, you have to go. If this wasn't there, if you're coming from here, you have to come all the way from there. Oh no, you can't see.
All around the South America, all
You
around,
have to go all the way around to Peru
all around South
Argentina.
America.
and Argentina and come back. So it's like your journey will be several years, right? So can you now see that everywhere in the world there is trouble? If you come to the Mediterranean Sea also, you have the Somalians have become pirates.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Somalian pirates are also causing trouble. So we have serious supply chain problems. The other time, a whole container, I don't know what it was carrying, a whole container was blown up by the Houthis in the sea. So imagine it was carrying critical infrastructure for some company manufacturing cars or something. That's gone. Yeah. So,
She's crazy. She's charging me £1 per hour.
are you serious? Well, she's a businesswoman. What do you expect? She's a businesswoman. So guys, the Panama Canal is this it's a narrow strip of land. It's a sea going through Panama. So it cuts across between North America and South America, Mexico. And this is the Gulf of Mexico. Somewhere down there, Donald Trump has now named it the Gulf of America. Huh? Can I open it? I think you opened it for me already. You did, yeah, this one.
No, it was a page.
Did I close it? Sorry. Oh, okay, guys, so you understand the global supply chain, yeah?
Yeah.
But I enjoy teaching it because I'm teaching international students at master's level who need to have that kind of global understanding. We have a serious supply chain problem. Okay, so because of that, when I was selling a sample of my products to one African country, I flew it. I
Always.
flew it, and the cost of the air freight was more than the cost of the product.
Well,
When I could have gone by sea and saved money. But now, if you want something quick, you don't know whether the Houthis are going to blow your thing up. So now I'm seriously thinking about air freighting some of my stuff. I have an order I'm working on and I'm really nervous about it. So there you go. So how did we end up here? We ended up here because we're talking about our assignment. And question number 2 says, analyze factors affecting your proposed entry and establish the most salient, including any global trends and risks. Risks. Okay. And I also have to tell you about currency risk. Don't forget currency risk. What is the currency risk in the world right now if you're doing international trade?
the change,
What do we call currency risk?
like the change of money. When you are in another country,
Transferring money.
yeah,
The money.
when you are in another country that is not on your
Different.
For many
different money.
years, we were happy to trade in US dollars
Yeah.
until somebody became jealous of the US. Somebody whose name I wouldn't like to mention became jealous of the US and said, why are we doing all the global trade in dollars?
Europe.
Who does America think
They are.
they are?
They
BRICS. Yeah.
So now they've come together to form an economic group. Yes or no? Look, I'm answering the second question for you.
Yeah.
I'm answering it for you. Okay. So what are they called? Those people who came together.
But
I didn't want to give it. Sorry.
No, I don't want to answer the question. I wanted to. Don't you think that that is double standard because they killed Gaddafi for that?
They killed Gaddafi.
Because he wanted his
No.
own
Yeah,
currency for Africa.
but America.
But now the Brits are doing the same thing.
Yeah, but America is fine with it because look at it. Most of the top global brands in this world come from the United States of America. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Microsoft, Apple,
Tesla.
Google, the biggest companies, and therefore America is the richest and the largest economy in the world. Is somebody jealous or not? Is there a country in the world who is jealous?
China.
Who wants to overtake America? China.
Russia.
No, Russia knows that Russia's economy is not that big,
Yeah.
The only thing Russia has that they make a lot of noise, they have nuclear weapons, that's all.
Yeah.
But apart from that, Russia has nothing. But they're also clever, they go to space. But Russia cannot, actually, to be fair, Russia tends to mind its own business, to be fair. Okay, I don't want to accuse anybody. Russia tends to mind its own business. But China doesn't mind its own business. This one country doesn't mind its own business. It likes to interfere a lot. And so China came with Russia. So it's like now America has enemies. They came together. Why do people hate successful people? It looks like if you're successful, people hate you. The only reason people hate America is because America is the most successful economy in the world. Whether you hate America or not, I don't care. That's the truth. Okay? 95% of all computers in the world run Microsoft
Windows.
Yeah.
And the rest of the 5% run on Apple iOS. Both companies are from the United States of America. Come on. So it's virtually all computers in the world are running IBM architecture from the United States of America. So what's the point trying to fight this country? Work with it. All right. Anyway, so let me tell you currency risk. The BRICS. What are the BRICS? Somebody tell me.
India, China.
Brazil.
Brazil.
Russia, India, China, South Africa. And now apparently a lot of more countries have joined. Have you heard?
No.
So, but I don't know what they would call it. Because BRICS sounds nice. But when the other countries join, we don't know what to call it anymore. But the BRICS, each one stands for a country, right? Okay, so let's ask Google. Who else is joining the BRICS economic group right now? All right, so
Nigeria.
China.
who is joining?
Nigeria is considering.
Have they joined?
No, yes.
So we have to change the name.
Indonesia.
We can't call it BRICS anymore. Now they have a problem.
BRICSy with Indonesia.
BRICSy or BRICSO or BRICSOX or whatever. But Indonesia has joined.
Yeah, BRICSy.
So that BRICSy. Uh, these people are having so much fun, aren't they?
So if they do succeed, does that mean that there'll be a new currency?
They're thinking about creating another currency to compete with the US dollar. And I have seen people, I mean, excuse me, this is a professional lecture, right? But how can people be so stupid? I mean, I've seen people celebrating on YouTube that the dollar, all international trade is no longer going to be denominated in the dollar and they're going to teach America a lesson. How do you teach? There's an old village proverb that when your finger is in somebody's mouth, don't knock him on the head.
Otherwise, he'll bite you.
You're running Microsoft Office on your computers. You have Google running all your networks. You have IBM architecture on all your mainframes. You have Tesla. You have Coca-Cola. What's your problem? So now they're saying that now when they do it right now for the last 30 years, I've been invoicing all my international clients in US dollars. It is the most stable currency in the world. It doesn't go up, it doesn't come down. So when I invoice somebody, because normally when I invoice somebody, I give them 15 days. Sometimes they won't place the order for 3 months. But when they pay me in 3 months, they still pay me the same amount of money. I don't lose anything because the dollar doesn't go down. Imagine if I invoice them in Chinese yuan or I invoice them in euros. I invoice them in something else. By the time they pay me from the day I invoice them to the time they actually pay me, the value of the money could have gone down. So I'm advising all of you, when you go out to do international business, as of today, invoice all your clients in US dollars. Even China, who is leading the BRICS, I've placed an order in China only 2 weeks ago for a very large amount of money. I invoice them in US dollars. And I pay them in US dollars and they're not complaining. So there you go. So the currency risk, the way you will mitigate against currency, I can't do futures, international market, because sometimes, when I do things like power purchase agreement, people buy my power purchase agreement and then they trade it on the futures market. But that's a little bit too advanced for you. I don't want to blow your mind with that. But simple invoicing, we invoice in the most stable currency to mitigate against the currency risk that between the time you invoice the client and the time they pay you, the value of the money could have gone down. So you got currency, you got a geopolitical risk, you got global supply chain issues, I'm giving you 3 very, very, very critical, important things you can put in task number 2, assignment number 2. And by the time you've covered these things, you're good. You're really good. Yeah. But before we go for tea,
Tea, no
You
coffee.
said geopolitical tensions,
geopolitical tensions,
global chain,
global supply chain issue. Have I explained all the global supply chain issues?
Yeah.
What's causing
The
them?
last one.
And the last one, what is the last one I said?
The
Currency.
Currency risk.
Currency risk.
Yeah. I mean, these 3 risks are, for me, when you guys go out into the world to become international directors and managers, these are the 3 biggest risks you're going to be facing. And you have to make up your mind how you're going to solve that problem. I leave it to your intelligence, to your experience, to be creative how you're going to solve that problem. Huh? I wanted to tell you about tariffs, but yeah. Are you guys interested? The last one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Tariffs.
Yeah.
The United States of America, which is the largest buyer, the large global buyer of international products and services, has imposed tariffs on all its trading partners, including the EU.
Yeah.
All right, let's pause for a minute and think, Do you think Donald Trump is wrong for imposing? Wait, before you answer the question, listen to this. When I bring goods into Nigeria, I pay 20% tariff plus 5% clearing. That's 25% of the invoice price I've been paying to Nigeria for the last 20 years. South America, Colombia, 20%. Everywhere in the world, I pay tariff. But to America, America doesn't charge tariff. They said you can bring all the goods, America, we are rich. We don't need your tariffs. So America now is about, I don't know, about $30 trillion in debt. And Donald Trump is saying that this is stupid. Why is everyone else charging us when we send our products to them? But see, every time these people want to paint Donald Trump as a madman or a fool, he is not a madman. He is not a fool. If you understand economics, you understand that the guy is a business person.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Okay. Is there some of you here? I want you to don't own up. I don't want to know. But haven't you sometimes gone into debt trying to help your mother or your father or somebody who is close to you is in financial trouble and you didn't have it and you took it from your credit card?
Yeah.
And you helped that person?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because and you are in the UK, if they ask you for money, you say you don't have, they're not going to believe you.
It's true.
Okay, they're in India or some Nigeria place that say, please, I and my family, we haven't eaten for 1 week. Please, even if it's £10, send it to us. And maybe they think you are rich, but sometimes you're walking through London and the only money in your pocket is like £5. And the £5 has been in your pocket like for 1 month, it's for your emergency. Okay? But then they come and they say they haven't eaten. So you take from your credit card and send it to them. That's what America has been doing. America has been taking money from its credit card to look after other countries. So Donald Trump comes along and says, why are we going into debt? Why is China sitting on a cash pile? And when we send our products to China, they still charge us a tariff. And when China is bringing the products, you see how the press and the media can make Donald Trump look like a fool,
Yeah,
like an idiot. He is not. I'm telling you, I've been in international business for years. The guy is the smartest president walking the face of the earth right now.
it's true.
He's the smartest, but everybody thinks he's stupid. And they think it's funny. They think it's funny. I don't think it's funny. It's not funny. So Trump is saying, from today, we're also going to charge you a tariff. Do you know what has happened? Hyundai is going to invest, I think, nearly $20 billion, as of last week, to manufacture Hyundai cars in the United States of America because of the tariff, to avoid the tariff. And they're not the only one. They're queuing up. Right now, so far, I think America has accumulated about $50 billion in just 1 month of Donald Trump taking office. $50 billion worth of investment is coming into America because nobody wants to manufacture the product there and pay tariff. Therefore, they said, okay, if you give us a land in Texas or Arizona or whatever, we'll come and build a factory. Donald Trump take them to Arizona and said, here in the desert, take as much land as you want. Because in Arizona, that's where everybody's building car factories. There's no sun. There's nothing there. So Hyundai is investing. Now, is Donald Trump a fool or not?
Yeah,
of
course. Super smart.
He's a businessman. So now he's trying to pay. They owe $30 trillion. Only America can carry that kind of debt and not die. If Europe is carrying that kind of debt, Europe would have disappeared already. But America's economy is so strong that it can carry $30 trillion of debt and still surviving, and it's still a rich country.
Yeah, but you also think about America is so big and the larger population.
No,
It's not large.
It's another
No.
People.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the last one. Then you can go and play. Yeah. How many countries have started investing in America to avoid the new tariffs? Okay. There you go. They are rushing. Countries in the process of US tariff are rushing to offer concessions and other defensive response to
A lot.
I mean, so there you go. So that's another one. So I think we've covered the essentials. The geopolitical tensions is a big deal because now, Ukraine used to supply, I think they said about 40% of the world's cooking oil was coming from Ukraine. Are you guys aware of that? I didn't know until the war started. And also wheat.
Yes.
And now all that is been, so the price of these products have gone up. Oil prices. I want you to talk about these things in your task too. It means prices are going up. It's fueling inflation in other countries. How can a war going on in a small country like Ukraine fuel inflation growth in other countries? So you have geopolitical tensions. What else is happening? Global supply chain issues, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
What else? Currency.
Currency risk.
What else?
Tariffs.
Tariffs.
So I've already given you plenty of material to start and then grow the story. And then when we come back from break, we'll learn something. So that's the assignment in a nutshell. The question one is basically the same presentation that you did. Convert that now into a proper report. All three
Session.
speakers.
Yes, task.
Yeah, and I'm going to combine it to one for 50 marks. Then the second one is what are the challenges and the risks in the world right now? And that, we forgot the other one.
Huh.
How can we forget that one? It has a name, 2 letters. It's changing the world. It has a name, it's got only 2 letters in the name. 2 letters. It's changing the world right now.
AI.
AI.
So that's something else you can. So already I'm giving, how many points have I given you?
So after tariffs, you
About
just say
tariffs, you can talk about
We
AI.
have a lot of work.
AI is also the biggest one. So there you go. You got plenty on your plate now for 40.
What do you have to say about AI
Oh, what do you think? Do you want to talk about it now when you come back from break?
when we come back?
When you come back, the question is, Margaret wants to know what we're going to do with how is AI changing the world?
Huh. Thank you.